Hi, I'm Roz and I own a bungalow here in the Manawatu. When I bought the home, it was beautiful, the front half was beautiful, but the back really needed to be opened up to the garden. I was nervous about doing that because I don't know much about building and it would have required a number of tradespeople. So I started looking for property management companies and ended up finding Renovations and looked at their reviews and did quite a bit of research. And I read that they also specialise in older homes because that is actually a specialist area, and their builder that they use that was working on this house had actually lived in London for years and was converting attics and in old homes and old buildings. And I thought, well, anybody that's done that for 10 years will be very good on this project, because you never know what you're going to uncover when you start taking walls apart. And I couldn't find another company through my research that offered that type of service. I contacted them and said what my plan was and what my vision was, and the thing about their process is that you start small and you work through concepts and you're involved in that all the time before you go to plans and to council consents, and I felt really secure in that process. I was also given a budget which I knew was affordable and a contingency, and we also realised, being an old home, that sometimes there's things that can be discovered midway through the project that nobody could have foreseen. And we did have a couple of small incidents like that, but Wayne and Zoe at Refresh were amazing. They kept me really informed the whole time. They worked very closely with their suppliers and their contractors, and it was pretty clear to me that they had developed really good relationships with those people, and they were able confidently to prepare a timeline which they never deviated from, other than the minor changes in time frame with the fact that it was an old house. It had nothing to do with Refresh. They managed that, they kept the project moving, and at one stage I actually requested something that was a variation which was not originally planned, and that was a window at the end of the living room, because it seemed silly not to do that given that every other window was double glazed. So we did add that in, and we were able to go back to the council quickly and keep that under the same consent rather than paying for a separate consent, which was all their suggestion, and kept the price down. After it was all signed off, I couldn't believe it. When I'd arrive home, the front of the house is very nice, and I've invested quite a bit in trying to improve that, but walking through to the back is like walking into a modern apartment, and it's so nice to spend time in here, because this is not just the kitchen. This is kitchen, living, dining, and where I probably spend most of my time. So it's been well worth it, and I certainly get a great view of the garden, and you can see behind me it's incredibly sunny at 10:30 in the morning, and a great place to work and to have a morning coffee. I am really pleased with how it went. It came in just under budget, which most people would probably not experience, and I just love the kitchen, and I just can't believe that it could have gone any better. I would totally recommend Zoe and Wayne and the team at Refresh for their communication, for their professionalism, and for their dedication to achieving what the client wants, which was an outstanding result.